Picture a field of wheat, a rich field in the late afternoon sun. And at the edge of the field there are cypress trees, and beyond those cypress trees are more fields of wheat. And it is a vast agricultural place. A long time ago, there are farmers in these fields who are toiling away. And somewhere in the distance, in this calm, sunny moment, something happens. And you can see the farmers in the next field over, they stop what they're doing in their field of wheat, and some of them take off their hats, and they have this blissed out look on their face, and they run towards this thing that's happening. And it's hard to tell what it is, but as you look closer, it's as though one portion of the land over there is getting more intense, more vivid. You know, the greens are suddenly getting richer and deeper, and it looks as though things are swelling over there, like the fruit on the trees is swelling, and the branches are bending down to hold the weight of them up, and the blades of grass are getting darker and expanding out. And then you see all the farmers are running towards a woman who is striding out from the fields, and there's something about her. She is radiating light. She is a little larger than normal. She's glowing. She is the goddess Demeter, the goddess of bounty. And as she walks by, seed pods burst and send their seeds into the earth. Flowers shake their pollen down. Farmers all call out to her, singing her name, praises. Because where she goes, there is richness, there is life, there is food and sustenance. And wherever she is, people get this overwhelming desire to eat soup and have sex with the ones that they love, you know, in like, not like nasty, but like sweet, you know, wearing sweaters. And yeah, that's the vibe of Demeter. She's the goddess who cares for us, for the humans. And as she walks, she brings life to the world. And the way she brings life is with her song. This song is sung by the beautiful Carly Street, whose voice is much better than mine, but it sort of feels like this. Come on, my friends, don't bow down to me. Know yourself and show yourself, all red and gold and green. Apple blossoms on the branches of the old magnolia tree, giving up their secrets to the buzzing honeybee. And the lovers in the fields around, lying in the shade, see the bounty in each other, look at what the gods have made. The richness of the world is here, and the cups are full of wine. Make children from your love, my friends, don't waste any time. But first we gotta work until the sun goes down. Hands in the dirt, our first love to the ground. And I will do the rest, I swear your children will grow strong. For I'm the god of bounty, friends, there's magic in my song. And it goes on, and there's a clapping section and some singing, and you get the idea. Anyways, at the end of her song, and at the end of her song, at the end of the workday, the farmers have all spent themselves. She leans back against the fence post there, amid her friends, her farmers, and they tell ribald jokes, and she can pass them off as well as anybody. She has sort of a twinkle in her eye and a sense of fun. And then, at the end of the day, they're all relaxing, and it's time for her pleasure, for the pleasure of the farmers. And so Demeter calls to her daughter Persephone. Persephone is Demeter's great love. It's her one delight. Persephone is her daughter. It's not clear who her father was, but Demeter clearly doesn't care. Persephone is 17 years old. Her limbs are strong. Her skin is tan from the sun. She has an easy smile. And Demeter loves it when she dances. And so she asks, she says, Persephone, dance for us. And Persephone goes, no, Mom, don't make me dance. And Demeter goes, Persephone, dance for us. And Persephone goes, no. And Demeter goes, Persephone. And when your mother is a goddess, you can't say no. So Persephone walks out into the field and dances. And it's tricky being the daughter of a goddess because, you see, the will of a goddess and the world are one. So Demeter's great delight is that her daughter is beautiful and 17 and innocent, just on the cusp of learning what it is to be a woman and experiencing, the more complicated things in life. And because Demeter loves her that way, that is her will, and that is the way Persephone is. She never grows older. She stays perfectly at that place, and her mind never opens to the possibility of another life. Still, there's something in her, She's not all God. There's a human side in Persephone that makes her wonder sometimes. It's why she doesn't always, at first, want to dance, but she loves her mother. Her mother is the whole world to her. So she walks out and dances. And let us now contemplate the dancing of a beautiful young woman in a field at sunset. Greatest creation, this human, this living creation, that is beautiful and innocent and just hers. She smiles, and then Demeter moves on because there are other fields that she has to look after. There are other farmers who need her help, and she leaves Persephone dancing there at sunset in the field to the delight of the farmers. She knows, despite the fact that she might make the occasional ribald joke with them, farmers aren't going to make any jokes about Persephone. That's not on board. Anyways, Demeter strolls out. But what Demeter doesn't know is that somebody else is paying attention. Somebody else is watching. Down in the earth, way below the field, below dirt and rocks and rivers that will never see the light of day, there is a vast, vast person hiding in a cave. He hunches there in the darkness, and he puts his hand on the roof of the cavern, in the dark, dark blue, and he feels the heat from the pad of Persephone's foot as she dances above. It travels through all that ground and into his hand. And it is the only warmth in his whole universe. And so he sits there silently feeling it, imagining her smile. And the warmth travels into his hand and into his arm and into his heart. And it warms his soul, and he presses his face against the cold stone. And he is happy. But he must have her. It is the god of death. It is Hades himself. And every day, Persephone dances in the fields above, and he finds a dark cavern to go and listen. No one else knows about this. He's the only living thing in the underworld. The rest of the world is cold. There is no sun. There is no moon. Time barely registers down there. The only way he marks it is for his private listening sessions. And he imagines her, and he imagines him holding her. And it is the one point of light in his otherwise dark world. But today, something is different. Today, something within him is touched by the warmth of Persephone's foot, and something begins to melt. Inside of him, something that held him back from going after what he wanted breaks away like a dam breaking. And he strides through the underworld back to his stables, and he unhooks his massive black chargers, the scariest horses you can imagine, the horses of death. And he clips his chariot to them, and he puts on his helmet, his war outfit, his greaves, and his chest plate, and he charges out of the stables and into his kingdom. And he races up to the wall, and he pulls back on the horses, and the horses turn straight up and